In a world ruled by empires and silenced voices, one man chose the language of nature to speak truth. From the forests of Bengal to the lecture halls of London, Jagdish Chandra Bose defied limits, not just of science, but of the soul. This is the untold journey of a rebel mind who proved that even plants feel and ideas can grow roots. The life and legacy of Jagdish Chandra Bose, a story of mind, matter, and mission. Sir Jagdish Chandra Bose was more than a scientist. He was a philosopher of nature, a rebel thinker in colonial India, and a silent pioneer of modern physics and biology. His life was stitched together by episodes of curiosity, hardship, brilliance, and a deep reverence for all living things. Childhood and foundations of wonder. Born on the 30th of November 1858 in Mymensingh, now Bangladesh, Bose was the son of Bhagwan Chandra Bose, a civil servant whose ideas shaped his son's worldview profoundly. At a time when most Indian children of privilege were sent to English schools, Bhagwan Chandra chose differently. He enrolled young Jagdish in a vernacular school so that he could learn alongside children of all castes and social strata. This experience planted the seeds of egalitarianism and empathy in the child. Bose grew up surrounded by nature, trees, rivers, birds, and developed an almost mystical relationship with the environment. His fascination with how things worked, and especially how nature responded to human stimuli, would later become the core of his scientific inquiry. Education against all odds. J.C. Bose went on to study at St. Xavier's College, Calcutta, where his professors recognized his spark. The Jesuit educators encouraged his scientific instincts, and he later traveled to England to pursue further studies. His initial plan was to become a doctor, but chronic health issues and an aversion to dissection made him pivot to natural sciences at Christ's College, Cambridge. Despite a hostile and racially prejudiced environment, Bose persevered and earned a BSc from the University of London. He worked under Lord Rayleigh and other prominent scientists, absorbing the rigors of Western scientific methodology while retaining a uniquely Indian philosophical lens. A rebel scientist returns home. Returning to India in the 1880s, Bose was appointed as a professor of physics at Presidency College, Calcutta. The British administration treated him as a second-class academic, refusing to pay him the same salary as his European peers. Bose, with quiet defiance, worked for free for several years until his salary was equalized. This was not just a protest against injustice, it was an affirmation of his belief in service and integrity. In his early years of teaching, Bose conducted experiments in radio waves, often using equipment he built himself. His lab, astonishingly, was a 24-square-foot room where he would later produce world-changing discoveries. The true pioneer of wireless communication. Before Guglielmo Marconi became famous for inventing the radio, Bose had already demonstrated wireless signaling using his own invention, the Mercury Coherer. This device could detect electromagnetic waves and transmit signals across obstacles, including walls. Bose's work preceded Marconi's by nearly 2 years, yet he refused to patent his device. His reason? He believed knowledge should be open and shared, not privatized. As he said, the true worth of a man lies not in what he receives, but in what he gives. In 1899, his pioneering research was presented at the Royal Society in London, gaining global attention. But back home, he continued to face skepticism until history finally acknowledged the magnitude of his contributions. Revolutionizing plant science with the crescograph. As his career progressed, Bose's interests turned toward plant physiology. He believed that life was interconnected across all species and set out to prove it scientifically. To this end, he invented the crescograph, a device that could measure minute responses in plants to external stimuli. Using this instrument, Bose showed that plants respond to pain, can feel stress, and communicate internally through impulses, just like animals. This was not just science, it was philosophy meeting biology. In a time when people viewed plants as passive objects, Bose revealed that they were sentient systems, deserving respect and care. His groundbreaking papers on plant response were published in prestigious journals and earned him accolades worldwide. He often described his laboratory as a temple of science, where life itself was sacred. The Bose Institute, legacy cast in brick and ideals. In 1917, Bose established the Bose Institute in Calcutta, India's first modern interdisciplinary research center. It wasn't just a laboratory, it was a manifesto for Indian science, aimed at promoting inquiry, ethics, and innovation. He believed the institute should blend philosophy and science, encourage experimentation, and nurture a spirit of discovery among young Indian minds. Bose led the institute until his death on the 23rd of November 1937, leaving behind a legacy that continues to thrive. Literature, spirituality, and Bengali Renaissance. Apart from science, Bose was deeply rooted in literature and spirituality. He was a friend of Rabindranath Tagore, and his writings reflected a poetic sensibility. He often compared the vibrations of plants to the emotional waves of human beings. His ideas challenged the rigid boundaries of Western science, suggesting that emotion, life, and energy were universal threads. He also wrote science fiction and essays, becoming a pioneer of the genre in Bengali. His stories merged imagination with scientific inquiry, a style that prefigured modern speculative fiction. Lessons from his life. Jagdish Chandra Bose's life is not just inspirational, it is instructional. His story teaches us that intellect without integrity is hollow. That curiosity, when combined with empathy, can lead to revolutionary discoveries. That silence and humility often accompany true genius. That even in a colonized world, it's possible to claim one's identity and make a global impact. He didn't ask for recognition. He asked the world to listen to the pulse of plants, the silence of science, and the truth in nature. From wireless signals to soulful roots, Jagdish Chandra Bose left us not just inventions, but a way to see the world. His legacy doesn't echo through machines alone, it blooms in every living thing.